Hello and welcome as we return to the world of learning to tank. So, let's go through this as if we were totally and utterly, completely and utterly new tank. We suck at this game. Well, no, not quite, because we don't. We're awesome. I'm not going to queue for normal, I'm going to queue for heroic, but everything will still apply. And I'm only doing it because I was originally going to do a normal, but then I saw this misty satchel of exotic mysteries, and now you're not pulling me away. So, yes, we're queuing as a tank and doing this. My gear's not fantastic. You know, it's almost fully epic. My helmet is a tragedy. And we're going in, and this is the one that I can never remember the name of, which is most of them. I know the bosses in here. I know what they do. I just never ever remember the instance's name. So you go in. I'm going to say hi to everybody in /I, /I now, /instance. Hello, everyone. You would also say, look at me, I'm a new tank. You would say, please be forgiving, and all that good stuff. But I'm not a new tank, and I would be lying if I told them that. So let's not do that. Okay, so I've just pulled this very, very badly. I'm seeing with tidy plates that I've just got stunned, and as such am unable to hold aggro properly. So now we're going to taunt some of them. We've just taunted this Guardian. We are doing a very terrible job of holding aggro in general. And I honestly, that's got to be like one of the worst things I've ever done. Let's have a look at this. Reduces damage taken by 90%, so you want to make sure to pull them out of that. However, I did not have aggro because I pulled that very, very poorly. So it meant that they were taking 90% less damage and a whole bunch of other stuff. Now we're going to go and do this properly. So we're going to attack. We're going to use an AoE move. We're going to try and get aggro on all of these guys. Bearing in mind, of course, that Guardian AoE threat, as far as I know, is not the best. But you can still hold aggro with it. If I claimed that I couldn't hold aggro with it, I'd be lying. So yes, we've just taken that, and I managed to hold aggro on everything, for once. I don't like these guys because they're spread out, so let's tag this guy. Hitting him with a single target move. Hitting these guys with an AoE target move. Damn it, I just got stunned. You want to try and interrupt some of these moves, but look at that, I just lost aggro on one mob while being stunned for how many seconds that was. We're pulling these guys out. We do not want them standing inside a 90% damage reduction zone because that will mess up our damage dealers. We don't want our damage dealers being messed up because it will slow us down. It will mean that the healer has to heal more, etc, 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 and it's just going to all around suck. Okay, so now everyone seems to have stopped. I'm guessing they don't want to continue clearing the trash. They want to fight the boss now. Kind of surprised that they haven't pulled him, but they're being nice, and that's fantastic. And I'm going to use a cooldown now called Berserk, so that I can hit the boss harder. And for some reason, this thing seems to be hitting his pet. Now, all the DPS should be killing the globules, but they won't do that. It's hitting his pet. So, I'm going to assume that his pet's taunt is off. And I'm going to say, pet taunt off, please. If it isn't, then I'm wrong, and I guessed incorrectly, but I'm going to guess that I'm correct. Well, apparently he's off. Okay, so apparently it was off. He mistakenly pulled this group, or did it on purpose, I'm not sure. But, yeah, apparently his taunt was off on the pet, so I'm saying, well, then your pet's badass. Because he was pulling aggro off me, and the boss was hitting him, and that was annoying. I've just interrupted this resin shell, which has just appeared because one of these other ones has interrupted him. You want to silence or interrupt these guys to be able to get them out of this bubble. Okay? If you're a paladin, you can throw your shield at them, and that will silence them. If you're a death knight, you can death grip them. Pretty much everyone has an interrupt, at least one. Paladins are the easiest for dealing with casters and getting aggro on AoE threats. Okay, don't get angry at paladins or rage if you're a paladin for me saying this. It's just true. You guys have some really awesome tools. Why am I not playing a paladin? Because I haven't bothered to level him. That's why. But yes, I love tanking with paladins. They're a fantastic class to tank with. They deal with casters very, very, very nicely, and all round I would say they're probably the easiest to learn and hold aggro with, particularly their AoE threat. But all classes, all of the ones capable of tanking have ways to get aggro, just like you're seeing me get aggro for the most part on these. And we're just going to be continuing through this dungeon. You'll notice that I'm trying to get all of the mobs within melee range of me. I've just interrupted this guy. And there we go, someone stunned him, which is fantastic. Okay, so now I've got all of these mobs for the most part all grouped up, apart from the one who's just charged off because that's one of his moves. And generally, once you've got them all together, if you can get the casters on top of you, if you can get everything on top of you, it's very easy to hold aggro, because you're able to hit them all, and they're able to hit you, and that means you get vengeance and all that kind of cool stuff. So you see, I'm going to hit these with some AoE moves. That's how I get my threat. The only time I lose aggro, really, is if I'm unable to hit the thing, for whatever reason. Maybe it's a caster, maybe I'm stunned, maybe I'm CC'd, that's when I lose aggro, because you can't do anything. So you really want to get those things on top of you. And this hardened resin's just fallen away. And we're going through to the next boss. So I see a warden. The DPS immediately started attacking. No problem, taunted him, got him. It's very, very easy. I still needed symbiosis things. So who am I going to symbiosis? I'm going to symbiosis the Paladin. Why? Because he gives me Consecrate, which generates a high amount of threat. Before doing this, you need to be looking at your moves, seeing what your moves do, and thinking, where could I use this move? How would I be able to get aggro in this situation using this move? When would be the best time to use this move? Why would I use Consecrate? I would use Consecrate because it's a fantastic way to get AoE threat. And it's a dot, which means it will give me threat over time. It generates high amount of threat. It's good, just like Death and Decay in a lot of ways. That is Consecrate. And I've got a Soul Well. Alright. Now on this particular boss, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be standing here, because the DPS will be DPSing the ads, okay, as they come up the ramp, and they'll be throwing the tar down there and DPSing them, and I want to be here to pick up the ads as they come through, bearing in mind that the DPS will have a lot more aggro than I will for having damaged them and stuff like that. But I don't want to tank them down there, because guess what? I will be out of line of sight of the healer. I don't want to be out of line of sight of the healer, because if I get out of line of sight of the healer, I will die, because I am not immortal, contrary to popular belief. So I've ended up kind of tanking it over here, a bit closer to the other party members, because I'm terrible at getting the threat, and they're running through to the other people, and I want to stand next to them so that I can easily pick up these mobs. Don't just stand in one place, feel free to move. It's really no problem. There's an Amber Wing up there. He's taking quite a lot of damage, actually. And now we've got the Caustic Tar. There should be some more running up. They're Demolishers, though. I think that means they get one shot if you hit them even once. So that's not going to be a challenge. I doubt if they will even reach me, in fact. Let's have a look. Yeah, see, look at how difficult that was for me to tank. They're dead before they reached me. Oh my goodness, how hard that was. Oh, wow. And let's throw down a pile of tar. I don't know what that guy's doing down there. I don't really know why he's doing that. He may as well just stand up here. But no, see, he's running back up. I'm guessing he either jumped down to go and fight them off before anyone else got a chance, or maybe he just fell over, because, you know, sometimes you just fall over. So we've got some swarmers coming, and we've got a big fat guy. The big fat guy is obviously more dangerous. He's the guy that I will be trying to get aggro on very, very first. I've already selected him. I'm going to be taunting him, because I only have one taunt, and that's where I'm going to be using the taunt. And let's put down a Consecrate, and let's DPS these guys. And as soon as I see that fat guy, I'm going to taunt him. Man, I feel so mean calling him the big fat bug. He's probably already dead, isn't he? Did he even make it up the ramp? No, yeah, he's dead. Now I'm gonna have to go and save this guy, because he got caught with his pants down, because he got impatient. But get used to it. That's what happens when you're tanking. You have to go and save the impatient guy. If you're watching this video and you aren't a tank, please don't be that guy. No tank likes that guy. It's just annoying. We tanks, we're mellow and laid back. We kind of like to take things at our own pace. You know, we just want to be able to get aggro easily and throw some armor reduction on that warrior. Yeah, see, I'm not going to go and jump down there and try and get aggro on them. Why would I? Most of them are going to die before they reach me. That one's going to die before he reaches me. Hello, you're dead. I don't have to get aggro on you. There's nothing to get aggro on. You're dead. And now we've got the actual boss coming up. Commander Vojak. Here he is. He's on his way. He's walking very, very slowly. I'm going to throw a ranged move at him if I can. There we go. It gives me a little bit of threat. It's almost nothing. Please! Wait yourself. Okay. He's doing some kind of blade storm. You don't want to be hitting him during that. It will hurt. Okay, my taunt just came off cooldown. I'm taunting him. I'm getting aggro. Using a CD. Using bark skin now to take slightly less damage. And why do you have to spin? Okay? I know I have aggro on you, but it annoys me when I can't hit you. Okay, so now I'm hitting him. And I'm hitting him. And that's all I'm doing. I've just used my rage to go and use my dodge move. He's got some muck on the floor there, which I am not going to be standing in myself, but the muck, it does reduce his move, or his buff that he puts on himself. However, it also increases the damage that I take. Where's my air support? Sweet, I just got an achievement for making this video. I love you! If you're watching this video right now, you just got me an achievement, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be in this dungeon. So thank you for watching this video. And thanks for subscribing, because I know you want to click that button up there, because I'm on a motorcycle that says porn. You know, PWN, because, yeah, that's gamer speak. And we're waiting for this door to open, which I believe will actually be blown up by the pandas, because as we know, pandas like beer and blowing stuff up, because they're cool. Everybody loves pandas. And then they wonder why. They're on a quest with for the prisoners. They're releasing the prisoners, I'm guessing, which means that they will probably want me to take some of the trash, allowing them to do so, but they might not need that. We'll see. I'll be considerate and do that for them, it's fine. Yeah, anyway, I'm on a mount, and it's all good. If you're a bear, you know, if you're bear form, make sure that you're actually in bear form when trying to tank things, because if you aren't, you'll get shredded. You will die very, very quickly. And of course, tanks, make sure you have the correct things on all the time. Okay, so I'm now I'm in tank spec, and I'm fighting these mobs. I'm going to get a little bit of aggro on them, and then I'm probably going to move them after a little while. We'll see. They're not particularly damaging, so I'm actually going to move along and pick up this guy as well. Okay, because, you know, I want to try and keep it at a decent pace. I'm not going and trying to do things that I don't think I can handle. Look at that. I almost lost aggro, but it taunted it as soon as he turned around, and it's all fine. See, I'm not trying to take anything that's too challenging. I'm not trying to put the group in a difficult situation. I'm just going at a pace that I'm cool with, which involves me finishing off this last one, and looting, and moving on. Watch out for patrols, not just because of you aggroing them, but also you don't want other people to be walking into them. I see this patrol. Okay, look, there's a patrol here. If I pulled that other group, this patrol would have been aggroed, probably would have gone for the healer first, would have caused a bit of excess damage. Now I can probably grab this other group and still be safe, because I think I can handle it. I've tanked a bit of this trash. I know that they don't tend to do very much damage to me. I am in reasonable gear for a heroic dungeon. I'm pretty good the gear-wise, so I'm fine at that. My throat's starting to hurt a little bit from all this talking. But see, I'm holding aggro, everything's fine. Watching those patrols. I see a patrol over there. It's walking the other direction. It's no threat. Let's go over here. That's the boss. I don't want to pull the boss, so let's see if we can pull these guys back. Please don't aggro the boss! Okay, they got stunned, and I just put Consecrate there, so I should get a little bit of aggro while they're unable to move. I lost a little bit of aggro because I moved away, but I've got it all back now. Except for the one who's just died, who right at his last breath decided, hey, what? You don't have aggro on me. I'm going to die. So I'm going to hit that guy just before I die. Even though he's out of range. He was just being mean to me. So we finished looting that. And now we have to go onto this boss, which a lot of groups wipe on, and that's going to suck if that happens to us. Not sure about that patrol, but I'm not going to send everyone back now to deal with it. It's just that I know that trash comes from that area, and if it pulls that patrol, you know what? I'm just going to have to tank it. How is this guy's pet generating so much threat? Do we have 2 hunters? What is going on? I don't get this. Whatever. It's not doing me any harm. I even have some vengeance. Okay, now we have him calling for reinforcements. Do you see all these ads? I need to get aggro on all of these ads, which is actually considerably harder than it looks, because there's so many of them, and they're moving very, very quickly. I don't have aggro on all of them, but if I get aggro on even most of them, that's fine. Because if, you know, it's rather have aggro on half of them than none of them. As it is, we're getting aggro on almost all of them. It also makes it easier for the DPS, both to just normally AoE, but you see they're actually throwing bombs. And if I have these ads all clustered up for them by holding aggro, it means that the DPS will be able to deal with these in an efficient way. And it also means that the ads won't kill them. So you see, like, the DPS can pretty much wipe out all of those ads in one shot because I keep them standing still, I keep them grouped up, because I'm holding aggro on them. Beware. Again? Really? Whatever. You know, if you are having some trouble grabbing aggro, feel free to use a cooldown. I'm not going to use a cooldown for this because I don't feel like it. That is my reasoning. There's no need for it to really be used, and I really can't be bothered to be pressed Shift 1. I'm that lazy. And besides, they're dying before they get a chance to hit me. I'll probably use one of my DPS sort of aggro / DPS cooldowns on the next boss, because I know that I'll actually have a chance to hit him. He's now doing Blade Rush, so I'm going to rush over there in a second. There we go. I'm not going to get hit by that charge. And now he's dead. That was very, very easy. Oh, what's this? I don't meet the requirements to loot that item? Well, stuff you! Really? Bloody don't give me books. That was a book! I suppose WoW is going Kindle, and it doesn't want me to have text-based books for whatever reason. I don't know. Here we are, we got some more trash. They just stand still. If you can't hit both of them, you know what, you can't really interrupt them, so you just hit one, move on to the next, hit that one, move on to the next. Why are you hitting all of these? I've pulled these so nicely for you, but you insist on hitting different ones. I don't know why. It just happens, I guess. People just decide to do whatever they want. This guy needs one more prisoner, apparently. I am greeting. He needs a prisoner for a quest. There should be a prisoner somewhere, I'm sure. I can always tank some more for him. I realize I'm actually kind of ignoring him and being a bit of a jerk. Go look for a prisoner and we'll join. Okay, so I've told him to go and have a look for a prisoner, and I will go there and pick it up and deal with the trash if he finds a prisoner. You know, he might find one that doesn't even have any trash and he can just get it by himself, and there's no need for me to go there. But odds are he's going to need that, but he's not actually going. They completely and utterly ignored me. And now he's going to run off. You know, see, that's the idea, was I wanted to clear the trash while you were looking for this thing. That's why I typed it in chat, but hey, I'm just the tank. Besides, I think there's probably a prisoner over here somewhere that you could easily click. Okay, cool, that was easy. That took a very, very long time to get that finished. And now we can go and fight the boss. Now, this boss, I know he has like pushback effects and everything. And he's a pain. I'm not going to stand behind him for that very reason, because I don't want to be getting pushed back any further than necessary. I'm going to turn him a little bit like this. Make it a bit easier for melee DPS. Oh, dry resin on me. I don't even remember what you do for that. I think you just jump. Yeah. Okay, now I've just used Stampeding Roar to make everyone a bit faster. Making sure to get these pillars behind me so that I don't get pushed all the way. And I want to interrupt this guy of his gusting winds. Are you serious? This was so much less annoying when, you know, DPS weren't quite so insane. This rogue's doing over 120k. That's why this thing's going so quickly. So now I actually get finally a chance to hit the boss. You just taunt him. Very easy to get aggro once you can actually finally start hitting the boss. Quick dry resin, just jump. There's the bars over here. Just jump. There we go. And that was the instance. We went through it pretty easily. You know, nobody died, I don't think. Wasn't paying that much attention to their health bars, to be honest. And I got a flask and 91 gold from the little satchel, which was fun. And that's tanking an instance. If you want more of these videos, if you want further tanking advice, ask for it in the description. Oh, not in the description, in the comment section. You can't type in the description, because if you were, you'd be hacking my account, or you'd be me, which would be creepy. So, yeah, type in the comment section below. Feel free to ask for those tanking videos, or ask for them on Facebook. Preferably not Twitter. Twitter's kind of harder for me to see. You can post it there, I don't mind, but it is harder for me to see it on Twitter. Easier on Facebook and in the comment section below. And of course subscribe, because you won't be able to see those videos unless you're subscribed. And that's it for tanking this. Whew, wow, my throat is really, really sore. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Cheerio.